going to ask.
Good evening and welcome to session number 7. Welcome to Shikamani Sanjeev Rao Garu, who is going to act as chair of this session, and Nandita Samanta ma'am, who is going to act as co-chair for this session, and the remaining poets are Dr. Namita Lakshmi from India. Welcome, ma'am. Padmini Janardhan from India. Welcome, ma'am. Narsimharaju Sarikonda from India. Welcome, sir. Padmavati Setuluri from India. Welcome, ma'am. Jayasri Chari from India. And Jamin Sai from China. And Yu Zi Wang from China. So I request all of you to join in the session. That is session number 7. Okay, welcome, sir. Welcome. Now I will give you a brief intro about the chair, Dr. Sanjeev Rao. Dr. K. Sanjeev Rao is a Kendra Sahitya Academy board member and is considered a doyen among the contemporary Telugu poets. He has penned 9 poetry collections and several books on comparative literature and literary criticism. His poetry has been translated into English, Hindi, Malayalam, and Kannada. He is a recipient of most of the prestigious literary awards from both the Telugu states, that is Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. He is currently the chief editor and publisher of Kavi Sanja, a bi-monthly journal dedicated to Telugu poetry. So he is a very popular Telugu poet. Now I will introduce Nandita Samanta to you all. Nandita Samanta by passion is a poet, a short story writer, a reviewer, and an artist. She practices as a parenting and relationship consultant. Her writings are published regularly in many international and national anthologies, newspapers, magazines, webzines, and journals. Many of her poems have been translated into different languages. Her poetry collection, Scattered Moments, finds a place of honor in many prestigious libraries in Kolkata and is also being translated into French and Bengali. Both the versions would be published soon. So with this brief introduction about these 2 popular writers, I would request Shikamani Garu to take over the proceedings, and the chair will call all the poets one after another, and the co-chair will introduce the poets in the session to the audience. So this is the practice we are now practicing since the morning from first
Yes,
session.
sir.
Now I request Sanjeev Rao Garu to take over the proceedings. Thank you.
Unmute yourself, sir.
Thank you, Vijay Bhaskar ji, for introducing me. Good evening, everybody, with this session. Firstly, I thank CCVA Cultural Center for Vijayawada and Amravati for organizing a great event in Indian poetry scenario. This is great privilege to participate the Amravati Poetic Prism 2020 6th multilingual poetry meet, virtual meet. First, my special thanks to Dr. D. Vijay Bhaskar Garu, డాక్టర్ ఈ శివనాగరెడ్డి గారు, డాక్టర్ వై హరిశ్చంద్ర ప్రసాద్ గారు, డాక్టర్ వై తేజస్విని గారు, దీపా గారు అండ్ పద్మజ అయ్యంగార్. I have been participating in this event since last 5 years. Thank you for this opportunity. First, these poets in this session, participant poets are, I welcome the co-chair, what is this?
Nandita Samanta.
Nandita Samanta, sorry. Nandita Samanta.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Poets, participating poets are Dr. Namita Lakshmi, English from India, Padmini Janardhan, English from India, Narasimha Raju Sarikonda, Telugu from India, and Padmavati Setaluru, Telugu from India. In breakout session, there are 3 poets, Jayasree Chari, Tamil, India, and Yuzhuang, China, like this. First, I read my poem in Telugu, the named Gadi. Gadi. రోజు ఉదయం 10 గంటల సమయానికి ఆ 4 ముచ్చటించుకుంటాయి. తాను ఏ అడవుల నుండి వచ్చిందో, ఎన్ని వసంతాలను చూసిందో, ఏ ఏ పక్షులకు ఆశ్రయం ఇచ్చిందో అన్నీ చెప్తుంది మేజాబల్ల. తాను ఏ తోటలో పండిందో, తనను ఎలా మెలిపెట్టి చిత్రహింసలు పెట్టి నూలు పోగులుగా లాగి ఇలా నేసారో వివరిస్తుంది టేబుల్ క్లాత్. తను ఏ ప్రాంతపు మట్టో ఎలా మంటల మధ్య కరిగించి ఇలా తయారు చేశారో విన్నవిస్తుంది పింగాణి పూలకూజ. రోజు నీళ్లు పోసినట్టే పోసి, పాదు చేసినట్టే చేసి, తోటమాలి తన గొంతు కోసి ఎలా దగా చేసింది 4 రేఖల కన్నీటి బొట్లు రాల్చుకుని చెప్పాయి రోజాలు. అన్నీ మౌనంగా వింటుంది గది. సాయంత్రం అయ్యేసరికి మేజాబల్ల, టేబుల్ క్లాత్, పింగాణి పూజ 2 నిమిషాలు మౌనం పాటిస్తాయి పువ్వుల మరణానికి. అక్కడితో వాటికి ఒక దినం పూర్తవుతుంది. మేకప్ తీసేసిన నటిలా ముడుచుకు పడుకుంటుంది గది. దిస్ ఈస్ తెలుగు పోయం. English version, The Room, translated by eminent Telugu poet, critic and translator, and my guru, Sri Vekunta Mohan Prasad. The Room. At 10 every day, those 4 have a take. The table tells the tale from which forest it came, how many springs it has seen, how many birds it has sheltered. The tablecloth spins the story from which farm is repined, how they twinned it as yarn and wove her as a cloth. The porcelain flower pot proclaims of which earth it was heated and made fine after long. The roses full of tears, how their woes, how the gardener giving water day after day finally cut their throats. The room listen in silence. By evening, the 3, the tablecloth, the porcelain pot stand in silence for a couple of minutes at the death of roses. The day's work is done. The room sleeps, holding its limbs as an actress washed off makeup. Thank you very much. Now, my
Thank you very much, sir, Sanjeev Rao
Thank
garu.
you.
And here is a request to all the poets. Poets, kindly read out only one stanza from their own, from their mother tongue, and the English version can be read out fully. So
Okay,
please
okay.
make
Thank
a
you.
note of this. To
Now I request our co-chair Nandita Samanta to introduce poets who
Uh,
receive the poems.
Thank you very much, Sanjeeva sir. It's a pleasure to be participating in this poetry meet, virtually though. I have been participating it physically for last 3 consecutive years, and this year I'm really missing this occasion. And I thank Team CCDA for giving me an opportunity to read my poem as well as host the session as a co-chair. Firstly, I'd like to read my poem, which is in English, so it needs no translation or explanation much. It is about nature's strategy or stratagem of continuity. It is titled Stratagem. I would like to say everyone that there's a mistake in the first line itself, which can be corrected. Please refer to page 54. This poem is about nature trying to give indications of its fury, and which is a whisper by the universe which is unheard by us, and at time this fury is wrecking and havoc like the present time, where we are pushed inside into a virtual world and the nature is thriving outside happily. So it does not tolerate any dominance. This poem is about that. The title is Stratagem. It isn't easy to destroy what is ceaseless. Holding on to the orbs on the verge of creation, holding the orbs on the verge of creation, can you pretend to be a creator? Within the inner quietude, in all the vacuums, the world without you never is completely empty. In the cosmos, there are signs of life beyond any interference. The sound of the universe is an unheard whisper. It is sad to go clueless on a brimming day, touching the cone of light without a dazzling glare. It's the grief diffusing through you, of being and not being, living yet not living, seeing what not to see, following the four bare eyes that were blind, chanting a forgotten trail. There's a folly in every toil, resulting from an existential cloy. There is a folly in every toil, resulting from an existential ploy. The earth's horizon with its noble posture is equally as bright as it is dark. And if the truth be stated, cradled in time, nature is in a constant state of creation. If truth be stated, cradled in time, nature is in a constant state of creation. It uproots the grip of dominance with a rebooting arrogance. Thank you.
Thank you, Nandita Samantaji, for your beautiful poem.
Thank you very much.
Next participant,
Now I will
Namita-
not waste time. Yes, sir.
Dr. Namita Lakshmi, English from India.
Okay.
Mr. Co-Chair, introduce her.
Welcome, Dr. Namita Lakshmi Jagadev. She will be reading to us her English poem. Refer to page 53 for her poem. Dr. Namita Lakshmi Jagadev has been serving as a lecturer in English since 1997 at Mahima Degree College, Bijapati, Odisha, India. She is a bilingual poet writing in English and Odia. She translates her poem in both the languages herself. She is the chief sub-editor of Rock Pebbles, a UGC-approved journal. She has been presenting her work in many international and national platforms. She received the Bhyotkesh Tripathi Best Paper Award runner-up in an international conference organized by Berhampur University, Odisha. Welcome, Dr. Namita. Please read your poem in English.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for this wonderful opportunity given to me. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yeah, sure. You are
Okay.
very clear.
I feel honored to be here. Good evening, all of you. And the name of my poem is Godly Hour, Ungodly End. I wake up to the godly hour to a voice calling me from out of a God-forsaken thoughts. A voice thrilled enough to stir up a millennium sleep into hectic saddle, piecing together broken dreams and repairing the shattered pieces of togetherness. That voice, profound is not a rooster. That voice, profound is not a rooster, paid by the passion of an old village chowkidar, but the true herald of godly hour. Obeying the voice, I step out into the open to find the call has instant effect. The air is thumping with benediction of thousand wings joining in a chorus to the ringing of temple bells. As the godly hour advances, as the godly hour advances, minute by minute, yoking the rural fox to activities useful and exciting, the rooster, content with its job well done, goes on overseeing the flock of foraging for worms and bugs until it knows not why. Its beneficiaries start arming it for a strange battle to fight at the end of the day to meet the most ungodly end. Thank you.
Thank you, Namita ji. It was a beautiful poem, and definitely you have felt the call of God and nature and bind them together in such a beautiful poem, telling that yes, outside nature is godly, and inside
Yeah.
we feel that we need
Yeah.
that intervention at time. Next, we would like to welcome Padmini Janardhanan. She will also read in English. Ma'am, are you there? Padmini, ma'am, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, welcome, ma'am.
Thank you,
Padmini,
Namita.
ma'am, will also be reading. Thank you, ma'am. Welcome. You will be reading in English. And for her poem, please refer to page 55. I'll introduce Padmini ji. Padmini Janardhan is a rehabilitation psychologist, educational consultant, and a soft skill trainer. She writes prose, poetry, and short stories as a hobby. She has a few books published to her credit and uses poetry, songs, quotations, and stories extensively in counseling and training. Welcome, ma'am. Please read your poem.
Thank you. Thank you, CCVA, for this wonderful opportunity. This is my first experience in this kind of an international poets forum. As a teenager, like everybody else, I was dabbling in poetry. But then I got into the Samsara Sagar and got immersed into it. And for 40 years, there was no poetry. 4 years, just 4 years before, uh, I picked up again, thanks to India Poetry Circle, which has adopted me, nurtured me, and has been motivating me into poetry. Thank you all.
Very nice, ma'am.
I believe in being positive. and not crying howl about what we have done to nature, that things are bad. Yes, they are. But we need to go beyond that. If man has done something to nature, then it is up to man to correct it. If we have done a mistake, we have to correct it
Yes,
and not cry
definitely.
about it. So I strongly feel that next gen is on the way to correct it and will not be crying hoarse about everything that's gone wrong. Things have gone wrong and they are going to be corrected. It is in this spirit that I have written this poem. Life is beautiful. Indeed, life is beautiful. Life all around is and shall be beautiful. Clear, clean, depolluted, naturally simple. Not merely because we wistfully want it, but because we deliberately make it, not just with resolute, determined confidence, but with sensitive, sensible competence. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Life is in the mind of the experiencer. Love for life shows up its beautiful side, not to get deterred by its other side. Daydreams now turn into goals worthy, sumptuous smiles replacing poverty, aligned right to the cosmic rhythm, moving forward, steady, calm, and firm. Shall not get submerged into the ground of thoughtless, insensitive, ugly dumps around, not made just to grow and decay helplessly, shall live worthy of nature gifted beauty. Pristine nature, phonics, indestructible, life all around is and shall be beautiful. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. It was a beautiful poem. Definitely. Our life is beautiful, and whatever has happened was our mistake, but it is like we get a chance to rectify it, and definitely we will rectify it and will be back to our normal. And we are really not liking this new normal. Next, we welcome our third poet for the session. It is Sharikonda Narasimha Raju. Sir, are you there? Shrikonda, sir, are you there?
Nara?
Yes, he's there. I think
Yes, ma'am.
he has to. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
I invite you to read your Telugu poem, and I'll introduce a little. Narasimha Raju, sir, is a free verse poet with many volumes of Telugu poetry books to his credit. He is the recipient of Ranjani Kundurthi Award and many other awards. He actually writes from his heart, bottom of his heart, and we are eager to hear you, sir. Please read your poem, and his poem is on page 218.
Good evening,
Sir, yes, sir. Please.
sir. It's audible, ma'am?
Yeah, very clear.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Good
Most
evening,
welcome.
all respect poets. I would like to convey my gratitude to CCVA. I'm very happy to participate in this 6th International Multilingual Poets Meet, Amravati Poetic Prism. I'm also proudly says that for the past 6 years, I have been participating in this prestigious event thanks to Mahalakshmi Group of Companies Chairperson Harishchandra Prasad Garu, Tejaswini Garu, Madam, and I extend my gratitude to Eman Shivanagreddy Garu and Dirghasi Vijay Kumar Garu for their great encouragement. I bow in my front, my head in front of their personalities, great personalities. Thank you, one and all. నేను ఇప్పుడు నా కవిత శీర్షిక ఒక ఆకుపచ్చని లోకం కోసం. ఒక ఆకుపచ్చని లోకం కోసం. జన్మనిచ్చిన అమ్మ చెట్ల చేతుల్ని నరుకుతున్నావు. జన్మనిచ్చిన అమ్మ చెట్ల చేతుల్ని నరుకుతున్నావు. తన గర్భం కోసి ప్రాణం పోసిన నేల తల్లిని కాలుష్యపు గొడ్డళ్లతో కడతేర్చాలని చూస్తున్నావు. చిరుగాలి తరగల ఊయల లూపిన కన్న తల్లిని కర్మాగారపు తుపాకీ పొగగొట్టాలతో కాల్చేస్తున్నావు. తన చనుబాలు తాపి బిడ్డ ఆకలి తీర్చే నదీమ తల్లిపై కాలుష్యం కబ్జాల విషం కక్కుతున్నావు. ఊపిరిపోసే అడవి తల్లికి ఉరేనియం ఉరితాడు బిగిస్తున్నావు. ఒక చెట్టును నరకడం అంటే నీ కన్న తల్లి శిరస్సును ఖండించడమే కదా. ఆకుపచ్చని కవిత్వాన్ని సజీవ ఖననం చేయడమే కదా ఈ లోకం వల్లకాటిలో. సముద్రాల్ని సైతం కలుషితం చేస్తుంటే సునామీలై హెచ్చరిక జెండాలు ఎగరేస్తూ ప్రకృతి తల్లి, తల్లి వేళ్లు తెంపుతూ నేల తల్లి గుండెలు చీల్స్తుంటే భూకంపాలై యుద్ధాన్ని ప్రకటిస్తూ భూమాత, అవినీతి కొండ చిలువలై అడవుల్ని మింగాలని చూస్తుంటే పేలిన చైతన్య అగ్ని పర్వతాలై ప్రవహించే అక్షరాల లావ. ప్రకృతి పసుపు తాడు తెంపి పర్యావరణానికి చితిని పేర్చితే కాలం కరోనా అయి మూడో కన్ను తెరుస్తూ ఓ నిశ్శబ్ద ప్రళయ ఘోష. ఇక ప్రతి మనిషి కదిలే బోధి చెట్టై ఆకుపచ్చని ప్రాణదీపాల వెలుతురులో సరికొత్త లోకాన్ని కలలు కంటూ కాలం. Its translation in English: for a lush green globe, you amputate the hands of mother tree that gave you birth and life. You slay the motherland with acts of pollution that delivered you from bleeding womb. You burn Mother Earth with smoky pipes that cradle you in cool breezes. You poison Mother River by poking toxic pollutants that breastfeed you with her pristine milk. You stifle and hang Mother Forest with uranium ropes that file you with air and breathe. Cutting a tree is beheading the mother, burning alive the lush poetry in the burial ground of the world. Mother Nature has flags of warning in the form of tsunami when the sea is tented. Mother Earth declares fierce battles in the form of severe earthquakes when trees' roots are chopped and her heart ripped apart. When the peaceful python engulfs forests, the lava of letters bursts out of the volcano of vigor. When egoism puts environment and the pride, time opens its third eye as corona in silent roar. Then the Bodhi tree in man shoots lights of life. Then the Bodhi tree in man shoots lights of life, visualize and dreams of a world anew and afresh. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. It was a
Narasimharaju.
very nice poem, pointing out human follies and so many things that we actually come across in life, and we oversee those. Thank you very much. We
Thank you,
move
ma'am.
on to our next. Most welcome. Next poet is Dorai Raj Ahila, is a writer, fine artist, and counseling psychologist. She writes articles, short stories, essays, reviews, and has 8 published books to her credit.
Ma'am, excuse me,
Yes, sir.
Padmavati,
because, sir, Sekaman sir, so Ahila Doraira's ma'am has requested us to shift her slot for tomorrow morning because of her book is now being launched. So she is now in book
Okay.
launch program. So
Okay,
she
sir.
is not available. Similarly, number 8 is also not available.
No, Padmavati Setuluri.
Rosemary Wang is also not available. These two are not available today.
Okay, okay.
Padmavati Setulur.
Yes, ma'am is available.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay,
I'm here.
okay, so we move on to next poet, Padmavati Setaluri. She is a postgraduate in English literature with a B.Ed degree. She has over 3 decades of experience in the field of education. She held positions like the head of the Department of English, academic coordinator, principal, and teacher during her professional career. She would be reading to us a Telugu poem, and it is on page 222 of our ebook, Amaravati Project Prism.
Good evening.
Padmavati ji.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank the team CCBA for giving me this golden opportunity to recite my Telugu poem here. And I'm very glad to share this platform with all the other prolific writers. Thank you so much, sir. Shivanagi Reddy, sir. Thank you. And nice to see you, sir, here. Yeah. So I'll read a few lines in my Telugu poem, then I will switch over to English. The title of my poem is Paryavarana Parirакшణ. పృథ్వీ పుట్టినప్పుడే అనంత జీవకోటి ఉద్భవించెన్. సమస్త జీవరాశులకి అవనియే ఆధారమయ్యన్. వృక్ష జంతు పశుపక్ష్యాదులకు ధరణియే వాసమయ్యన్. మనుజుడప్పుడు ఇప్పుడు ఎప్పుడూ సంఘజీవి అయ్యన్. Let me recite it in English now. The title of this poem is Save the Environment and Save the Mankind. Living beings were born at the time of the earth's creation. They completely depend throughout on the birthplace. The land protects everyone like an affectionate mother. Hence, the mankind became social beings without an end. Man altered himself as a hopeful being on the earth. He desired for comfort, happiness, and prosperity. He always lives gladly in the lap of beautiful nature. He is responsible for the safety of his surroundings. He protects the wealth of the wild animals and forests. His desires grew up as his needs grew abundantly. He attacks on the flowing rivers, seas, and farmlands. He establishes houses, offices, and firms everywhere. Villages change as cities, and cities as a place of comforts. Watery bodies, farmlands, the living beings on the earth and in the sea, forests and mountains, and all living beings slowly saw destruction. The earth is the safest home for all living things and mankind. We did not obtain the natural gifts from our forefathers. We have borrowed them from our future generations. Your duty is to utilize them wisely, not at all to waste. Save the earth, save the resources, and save the mankind. Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you. It was a beautiful poem and bitter truth. We actually are passing everything to our next generation. We have actually transferring whatever we have and all the consequences of our deeds to our next generation. So we should be careful. Very nice poem. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Next, we move to the next poet, Jayashree M. Chari ji. Is she there?
Yes,
Jayashree M.
yes, I'm here.
Okay, welcome, ma'am.
I'm here.
Welcome, ma'am. She'll be reading her Tamil poem, which is on page number 180. Jayashree M. Chari is a city reporter come translator with the Nagpur-based leading English daily. Her English articles and photo features regularly in this daily named the Hitavada, and her poems and articles regularly feature in many magazines and anthologies. Please, ma'am, read your poem.
Thank you. Good evening, all. It's my pleasure to present my Tamil poem, Ilaiparattum Bhoomi Annai. This poem analyzes the greatness of the Mother Earth. Due to man's greed, she is suffering now. Hence, an appeal is there to allow her to take rest for her relaxation. There is a hope that aftermath, she will give a healthy environment to us and next generation. இலைப்பாரட்டும் பூமி அன்னை. அழகிய நதிகளின் நீர்வீழ்ச்சிகளின் அற்புதமான பூமி, ஆழ்கடலில் முத்துக்கள் நிறைந்த பூமி, இணையில்லா மூலிகைகளின் பூமி, ஈடில்லா கனிவளம் மிகுந்த பூமி, ஊற்று நீரை கடற்கரையின் மணலில் கொண்ட பூமி, வனவளமும் கொண்ட பூமி, எண்ணிலடங்கா பறவைகளின் சரணாலயமான பூமி, விலங்குகளின் விருப்பமான வீடான பூமி. ஆஹா, இத்துணை வளமான பூமி அன்னை. ஆஹா, இத்துணை வளமான பூமி அன்னை. Now I proceed to my English translation. Let Mother Earth take rest. Our earth bestows with beautiful rivers and amazing waterfalls. Our earth bestows with pearls in deep oceans, unique herbal plants, and ample amount of natural resources. Our earth bestows with rare spring waters on ocean beds and rich flora and fauna. Our earth is the sanctuaries of birds and animals. Wow! Our breath is a metaphor for fertility. Wow! Our earth is a metaphor for fertility. Mother Earth provides her assets to her children to play. Mother Earth provides her assets to her children to enjoy. But they hurt her with their greed. But they hurt her with her greed. Oh man, understand her suffering. Understand her wounds. Oh man, understand her suffering. Understand her wounds. Yes, she longs to take some rest. Yes, she longs to take some rest. Let her take rest. Let Mother Earth take rest. Let her take rest. Let Mother Earth take rest. We should protect her by avoiding excess use of resources and use biodegradable substances. We should protect her by avoiding excess use of resources and use biodegradable substances. It is sure Mother Earth will provide a healthy environment to us and our next generation aftermath of her relaxation. It is sure Mother Earth will provide a healthy environment to us and our next generation aftermath of her relaxation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Very well addressed poem. And thank you for a beautiful, representing your beautiful poem and beautiful rendition. We move on to our last poet, Dr. Zemin Sai. Are you there,
Chinese.
sir? Yes. Are you there, sir? Dr. Zemin Sai? Dr. Zemin Sai?
Yeah, he is there. We
Please
request
unmute
Zemin Sai.
yourself, sir.
He's there. He's
I'm
unmuting.
here.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Zemin Sai is a professor at Asia University, Taiwan, the chief editor of Reading, Writing and Teaching Academic Text, and a columnist of Chinese Language Monthly. His creation demonstrate his expertise in description of nature, the anatomy of emotion and humanity, life, cross-domain, and so on. Dr. Sai has won many national and international awards and has been published in books, journals, newspapers, and in more than 40 countries and in more than 20 languages. Dr. Zemin would be reading his Chinese poem, refer to page number 19 of our ebook. Welcome, sir. Please read your poem.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Miss Nandita.
My pleasure, sir.
I'm great to be here and thank you, you all. And thank you everything you did. My poem is very short, but my eyes are not so convenient. So I must read it. Very sorry. Okay?
We understand, sir. Please go ahead.
Thank you. And Coral Reef Love Affair. The night falls silently and breathlessly, but the sea is so close. The waves are like a group of dumb cicadas. Rosely hit the sand beside me, swept away more quickly. My heart with peace scattered all over the floor. Can't find anything whiter than this, even in the love fair or the coral reef. Seaweed swaying, fiddling with charming dance. Doesn't want to forget the panic in my heart at all. The moon rise without any tiny hints. The crowd drift aside sensibly and tactfully. Was the little line completely scared to top of the wave, but have no intention to scatter the chaos in my heart. Taste the cold water with my bare foot. The sharpness of the cold reef remained me, painful touch, but there is no sun to warm me. The blue of the eye will surely dye my heart, dye my original bright red heart. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. That was a short, sweet, crisp poem, and it was really nice listening to you. With this, we come to the end of the session. I thank all the poets reading and all the poets actually enriching us with their beautiful rendition and beautiful words. I would like to ask Sanjeeva Rao sir to say something.
Thank you, Nandita Samanta, for co-chair and your sweet commentary and poetry. Now
Thank you, sir.
we want to conclude the session. I request Dr. D. Vijayabhaskar Garu to conclude the session.
Yeah. Now with this session, it is seventh one for today. So we are going to close this poetic meet for today, and for tomorrow we reassemble by 10 a.m. to start the 8th session. And now we have a breakout session for 10 minutes to have a informal chit chat among the poets of their personal interest or things concerned about the poetry, or any other information they can exchange, or they can talk with each other. So today, I think that all the sessions went very fruitfully, purposefully, and
It was a pleasure being there.
sorry?
I said it was a pleasure being a part of it, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. So I thank all the poets who have participated so enthusiastically and so energetically. All the poets, they have presented their poems, their concerns, their views, their opinions about the preservation of the nature and to save the human race from the pandemics like corona. Lot of ideas they have shared in their poems. Thank you once again. And now I will request Sivanagi Reddy Garu to say a few words.
While expressing our sincere thanks to the co-chair for smoothly, very interestingly running the session, I would like to again congratulate our chairman, Professor Sekamani Sanjeev Rao Garu.
Thank you.
Actually, he looks very simple, but he does a lot of work for promotion of poetry. His two works are still lingering in the minds of the youngsters. That is Chetikarra, Muvala Chetikarra, and Chilakkoya. These two are wonderful poetry collections, and which really kept him on a very high pedestal, and he is scaling every movement, scaling up as far as Telugu poetry is concerned. One more thing.
Thank you, Sivanagi Garu. Thank you very much.
One more thing is that he is not keeping quiet that I have already scaled that much height. No, he feels that it is my responsibility to continue encouraging the young talent, so that he is running one poetry session continuously, bringing out an anthology every month called Kavi Sandhya, a wonderful book which is regarded as most of the youngsters and even senior poets would wait longer duration to have their poem printed in that Kavi Sandhya. So thanks. Again, I would like to congratulate Sarikonda Narasimha Raju Garu for his what we call. He stays in the world famous pilgrim center Nagarjuna Konda, where Acharya Nagarjuna lived his last phase of life, where he composed Prajna Paramita Hridaya Shastra. Thank you.
Your blessings,
And I
sir,
also,
your blessings.
I take this opportunity to thank the Taiwan professor. It is unfortunate for us that he has some inconvenience in his eyes. Otherwise, we could have enjoyed the entire recitation of his poems, original and translation. And equally, Setaluri Padmavati ma'am and other poets, though if I am reading all the names, but yes, one moment. Padma, Namita Lakshmi ma'am, Namita Lakshmi ma'am, Padmini Janardhan ma'am is a very senior most poetess. Then Padmavati Setaluri ma'am, she has been very closely associated with our APP since its inception. Then Jayasri Chari ma'am, though she lives in Mumbai, but we feel that she lives in Chennai only because of her interest in poetry. Next is that Chinese professor, I am not able to pronounce it properly, double T. Sir, kindly excuse me not to pronounce your name properly in our own accent. So, yes, Taiwan. Taiwan, we know very well because we have got contact with Dhanya Katka Amaravati, because there is Buddha's Light International Association headquarters stationed in Taiwan. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Deepa. Thank you for such a lovely evening and entire day conducting the event so well.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And Jayashree, ma'am, Romana Nalla Irukke, in a poem. So it kind of sent me back to childhood.
Yeah. Is Bharati Naik will come to us.
Bharati Naik గారంటే పుల్లేరే
కాదండి, వీళ్ళు వస్తున్నారు ఒడియా.
అదే ముందు సార్ ఇంత ముందు కూడా వస్తారా? 2 సెషన్లు కలిపి అయింది. Good, good. They shall not miss. Deepaji, they shall not miss. Breakout session, previous session also joining. So, sir, తీసుకెళ్తాం
మన కార్ లాన్ పెట్టి
మళ్ళీ మర్చిపోతాం సార్ దగ్గర
ఎందుకో వచ్చిన గొడవ మన కార్లో రూమ్ లో పెట్టి కొంచెం
Hello, welcome to the breakout session. All the respected poets can chit chat with the people that they know, or they would like to make friendship afresh, or they would like to kindle their interest in involving in discussions, etc. Please, it is open. Hello, Bharati Naik ma'am, welcome. Hello, requesting all the poets to unmute and join in the discussion, ma'am. Participate in the breakout session. Kindly unmute. Yes, sir. Sir, welcome. Welcome, sir.
This was a very interesting session. I thoroughly enjoyed the presentation. I missed attending the one last December due to work scheduling, but I'm very pleased to have been able to listen to this one, and I'll render my recital tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Most welcome tomorrow, sir. Most welcome, sir. Thank you for your nice words.
Thank you. You're very welcome.
Bharati Naik, ma'am.
ఓకే సార్ వెళ్ళిపోయారా ఓకే స్టాప్ క్లోజ్ చేసేయండి
Jaiswal ma'am, welcome.
Yeah, I was thoroughly over here.
Are you in Toronto, ma'am?
కెనడా భారతి నాయక్ అందరూ వెళ్ళిపోయారా 7 అయిపోయింది.
It was nice session. Thank you, sir. Hello. Hello. I can't hear.
Hello, are you able to hear me? Evidently,
yeah, Edmund Roberts.
Hi, how are you? Evidently, we've had a problem. I was in the
Yeah.
breakout session. There was an empty room.
Yeah, that's why I came here. And we will meeting tomorrow, I think. We will have the last session with this
Yes.
CCVA. And it was, I was joined it here today and slept because I'm in Toronto and the time was sleeping time and joined in
What
the
is the-
morning and evening. In
What is
between,
the
I was
time
just,
around there?
yeah. Now it is 8:30 here, 8:40. So I joined in the 6:30 today morning.
Oh.
So anyway,
Good
we
idea.
are just looking forward for tomorrow's session with Edward, and we'll enjoy and we'll just release the words of the poem like thundering, like musings, like rhythm, and there's so much in it. Yeah.
It's like a
So nice.
chanting.
Nirmal
Yeah,
ji,
chanting also. Yeah.
Nirmal ji, namaskar.
Namaskar, sir. Namaskar.
Namaskar.
We met before also in some
Yeah,
occasion,
yeah,
no?
and- yeah, 2 years
Gopalji,
back.
namaste.
Yeah.
Namaste, Gopalji.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Gopalji, namaste. आज का अच्छा
Namaste.
रहा आपका
Thank you, thank you. Kushanto, tomorrow your session is there.
Yeah, 3 to 4 o'clock. So you'll be also
I'll
there.
be there. Yeah, yeah,
Because
sure.
today also you beautifully conduct your session.
Thank you.
I enjoy
thank
your
you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
So next time we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, sure.
It was actually in Toronto. It was a day in India and the night in Toronto. So
Yes.
I enjoyed the 2 o'clock night and then early morning. It was
So-
a wonderful session.
Toronto,
I see.
Toronto, what is the temperature now, madam?
No, it's actually the India is awaken everything, enjoying it, chit chat, and we were sleeping. Outside is the snow and inside is the warm. So just. But we didn't. I didn't means just miss all the session and the wonderful session with everyone. Everyone was a wonderful. Even Meenakshi, I met her and she was wonderful.
Yeah, Meenakshi
Nandita
also
was.
She was very good.
Nandita did very well today.
Nandita.
Yeah.
Nandita did very
Amanita
well today.
also.
Omanita was the first
Yes.
session was also Omanita was there.
When I woke up and Gopalji was
Yeah,